Oh, well, there we go. Hello. How's everyone doing? Oh, it's a little glitchy. It's a little glitchy, a little crooked, and a little glitchy. We'll fix that in a second. All right. Intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 106 of the Hangout. My name is Paige, where I give you clear insight into the world of collecting in a very chill and relaxed atmosphere. I say I, but I mean we because got my crew. Boom, 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 boom. Two
Fellows,
Corys.
what's happening?
Hello.
Hello.
There he is. Sawyer. It's a
Sawyer.
foursome. It's a foursome.
Look at this
What's
flow.
happening, man?
Look at this flow.
I'm doing good.
Show Cory how you're gonna get out of the pool this summer. The
Yeah,
ladies.
hair flip.
Yeah. Let it
Mm.
flow, man. Let it flow. It's looking good, man.
Yeah, it was
It's
lots.
looking good.
Like Troy Polamalu. You remember that commercial?
Yeah. Pert Plus, or was it Pantene? Or
Yeah. Damn, how you get your names? So hello, Sawyer.
Good night.
Hello,
He's gotta go to
NC.
bed.
Hello,
He's saying
CC. Yeah.
Good night, man. Have a good one.
He's not. He's going to go play with toys, bro.
Not play Mezco.
Yeah.
Right, now that you're distracted. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So hello, everyone. Welcome, everybody that's in the chat. Welcome to you fine gentlemen, too. How are you guys doing today? Good?
Good, man. Good. It's not snowing in Michigan, so we're going to chalk that up as a win.
Yeah. God. When does that end again? I forgot.
Maybe
August.
mid-June, maybe. Before it's out of the question. It's probably, it's
Yeah,
fair
when it
game any
starts,
point until then.
Yeah. Oh God, it's been raining here, but it's been good because it's been watering all that grass. So.
Really? You guys are getting rain?
Oh yeah, man. A lot. It's nice though. I like it, man.
We haven't gotten any. It's bad. We need it.
Well, I think it's supposed to rain all week. I don't know what it's going to be like over there, but it's supposed to be good. I don't know.
Hot.
Okay. So I had stuff pulled up, but of course, as always, something happens. Anything crazy happened for you guys this week? Anything notable? Good, bad, ugly?
Got my pile of legions in this week. Those showed up thanks to Big Bad. That's all kind of rolling together. Got those smuggled into the house. Other than that, it's been pretty uneventful.
So I ordered a second Batmobile from GameStop because the first one from Amazon said that there was something wrong with my order, and I was able to order it again through Amazon somehow. Regular price, and the GameStop one will be here tomorrow, and then Amazon sent me a notice that mine will be here on Friday. So I have two Batmobiles. If anybody is looking, I'll post something in the group if that's okay, Paige. I'll put a picture.
Is this friends and family?
Yeah, friends and family only.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Maybe I might just do a contest for it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway.
You're gonna give away a Batmobile?
Maybe.
Don't set the bar too high for this show.
I know, right? We'll have 800 viewers next week. Like,
oh my God, dude! I heard that they were giving away the whole Mezco collection.
The whole Todd McFarlane Mezco 89.
Oh gosh, yeah,
I don't know. I gotta figure out what to do with the other one.
Goodness gracious. I'm trying to think. I didn't have anything happen. I felt bad last night. I got invited. They're not going to watch this show, so it doesn't really matter. I got invited to, you know how you click something on Facebook and it says if you're going to go to someplace or not? If you're attending whatever event they're doing. Yeah, so I got one of those and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go. Cool guy and stuff like that. I'll go. And she's just been messed up. Her back has just been wrecked. And so I was here last night. I was taking care of her. And then he posted video and he's doing like karaoke and all this other stuff. And guess who's in the background? Hulk Hogan.
What? Hulk Hogan?
I know. Yeah, he was down here. I think.
Wow.
Either I don't, because he has the shop around here. I don't know if it was that or if it was at a bar, but he was around here. I was like, holy crap, man.
What you gonna do, brother? It was your chance, man. You could have went and flexed with Hogan.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Have you been to his bar that we have over here?
I think that's where he was, to be honest with you. I know it wasn't the shop he has here. It was
So
probably
it was
at that bar.
in Tampa,
Yeah.
over by
Mhm.
me. I mean,
Yeah.
on the coast.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
far-
I'll show you the video.
yeah, dude, that's not too far from me actually, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So
His,
this
his kid got in trouble on that bridge that comes over to my house when he
oh
was
yeah, the car thing?
where he crashed,
Yeah. Yep, I remember that.
messed his kid up real bad. His friend.
Yeah, goodness gracious. Oof, God. So I think that was the only uneventful thing. I heard corny. Yep, exactly. See how it goes?
Now it's got. You know what? Let's do. You know what? We'll talk about it next week. We'll come up with something good. We'll brainstorm something
Yeah.
big. It's only a
Nearly
$60 car, but we'll figure something.
shipping. Can you imagine shipping
Shipping's
though?
on them.
Yeah.
We'll,
I think that's fair.
terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, you always gotta put the disclaimer. So got some good top cons for tonight. Speaking of which, we'll talk about that in a second. But tonight, first, what we'll do is we're gonna play two games tonight. So the first game that we're gonna play, it's gonna be MVC. That's right, most valuable comment. So,
Cory.
well, it would be a tough. It would have to be like a co-MVC. So,
Oh, it'd be him, 100% him.
so yeah, he would get this episode, but I got him. Focus.
Sorry.
No. So tonight, this award will be given out. Each one of us will give it out. This is going to go through the chat. Of course, it's always to drum up engagement, get people talking and stuff like that. So we're going to pick one. Each one of us will pick one comment. The comment can be anything. It can be positive. It can be, good energy. It can be just something that's been brought to the conversation. But each one of us will pick one of the comments. And then what I'm going to do is I'll throw them in for the next giveaway. I know I said this last time, but I'm very serious about it this time. I'll make sure that I put a standings list because I don't know how much time is going to lapse between the contests. So that way everybody will know, and I'll know too, who has entries and what we're going to do. And then that kind of ties into what you're doing. If you say that you're going to give away the Batmobile, maybe that's something. If you want, it's up to you. So
That sounds good.
yeah. Lots of engagement. Make sure you kind of shower things with your comments because you never know who's going to choose you. You could be the one, right?
Neo.
The second game that we'll play is gives you guys a little bit of time, but it's not that we've run out of topics for this show, but I want to make sure, like I said, that there's more of a everybody feels like everybody's hanging out, not just you guys watching us. So what we're going to do is at the end of the show, if you guys have anything topic-wise that you guys want to talk about, please make sure that you wait till the end of the show, and we'll just gather all that stuff, and then we'll pick one of those for the next week's show. How's that sound? Good? Good. Any yays, nays? Oh, yeah, no, right? Look at that. I didn't have any clean shirts. It sounds like such a college thing to do, right? So. All right. So, had this set up. So let's go. News and notes. A lot of stuff happened today, man. A lot of good stuff.
Like what, Paige?
Well, here, let me tell you. Let me tell you what happened. Man, some of this stuff happened like in the last hour. Yeah, not hour, but last couple hours. So, what do we got here? What do we got? Let's play a game. We already did that. You're a little bit late with that, Paige. This week, next week, that's what we just talked about. News and notes. Here we go. Charging and shipping soon. What happened? No, yeah, there was nothing. So, really quick. Charging and shipping soon. That's why I want to be like Mike. No pictures, huh? I guess not. Fire that guy. So, charging for obviously Michael Myers. That's been charged. It's been moved to the shipping queue. Nothing has been official yet. So just so everybody knows. I also know that we talked about this last week too, but Ultraman is also shipping. I didn't mention this because I was just kind of doing a little social experiment, but I think it waited long enough. In case you didn't notice, Ghost Spider, that has been waitlisted. Let me just kind of give you a little bit of a heads up on that. And then also the biggest thing for today was, and hopefully I don't have to fire them. There we go. We're back in business. Today we got this email. Destro will be coming in the next few weeks. Yeah. Wink, wink. We all know what that means. Probably in the next 2 or 3 days. But just so you are
charging
prepared.
Monday, right?
Exactly. So I'm not the only one, right? Yeah.
Right.
Other people notice that too. So
Right.
yeah, even though it says in the coming weeks, I would highly recommend that you have your stuff kind of prepared, because usually that's a couple of days. That's traditionally what it's been. So
Yeah.
this underlying part, it seems like it's pretty important. It says that it's critical for you to log onto your account and update your payment method. So if you ordered from them, obviously you probably got this email. You'll just click on that, update your stuff. I would highly recommend that you do it. And it's a cheap plug, but I would highly recommend that you go and watch the video. If you want the cliff notes of it, like I said before, a couple of times in previous shows, going and changing your payment type, that does not work for every single order. All you're doing is you're going to be changing your payment type from the point that you put it in on. So everything you have before is not going to get updated. You need to go in either manually and update it individually, or you need to click that box option and change all of them all in one swipe. But I would make sure that you do that. Of course, if you have PayPal, you don't have anything to worry about. Not to brag, but I haven't done anything for 8 months. I haven't changed. I haven't had a processing error or anything like that. So I stand by it. Have you guys had any trouble? You can be honest.
I haven't, man. I told you that one time I went in and deleted all of my everything out of my wallet, and then just updated everything as once they tell me it's preparing to ship, I just go in and I make sure I update the method on there, and I've been good. No issues. No issues. Yeah. For some reason, I never seem to have a problem spending money.
They're like, yeah, we need to make sure they take that.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish it wouldn't go through, right? It'd be nice to give me an excuse not to have one from time to time. Like, hey, look at there, I saved $100.
Yeah, it's not like they don't want your money. I don't know. MC, what about you? You have any problems at all? You have any processing?
No, and I do. I mean, I don't know, guilty or what, but most of my stuff is PayPal anyway, because I like to get it done with, pull it off like a Band-Aid, and give Mezco my interest-free loan.
Yeah. Well, the market has been doing pretty well lately.
Yeah,
so maybe so. But yeah, I would highly recommend that you kind of update that stuff. This is kind of cool because obviously this is communication. This is what everybody's been raving about, right? Or they've been wanting communication. So we've gotten all these heads up emails and stuff like that. And this one, obviously, even though it says weeks, even if it does come out in a couple of days, they're trying to give you some time to prepare. So please make sure that you update your stuff. Who swapped all this stuff back?
Kevin.
Yeah, horrible, Kevin, horrible. Oh, really quick. I don't know if I have it. No, that's the wrong one. I don't know if I have it, but the Eagle Eye Award, that's for you. That goes to, Orlando Perez. He was mentioning something about Destro's collar. And I remember seeing it before, but I was like, oh man, look at that. I'm wondering if they're going to if that's all going to be one plastic piece, or if that's going to be soft goods materials with like polystyrene that's like, not polystyrene, but the poly that's put in there, and it puffs it up like that jacket that we got, that Puff Daddy and Mace jacket that we got with Holiday Gomez. I wonder if that's what it's going to be. I wish I had a picture of it, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to think of what the collar looked like now on Destro. I don't.
Give me just a second. I'll pull it up. I'm actually excited about all of this because, we do have quite a few pre-orders that are getting knocked down, but as far as like GI Joe and stuff like that, this is going to be our first initial, run at all this. I think this is a good one.
Now we're gonna find out who the squealers are that it's too much once the GI Joe stuff rolls out.
Well, I mean, all of those offerings, they're projected to come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Looks like we're well on our way too.
Yeah, man. I've been tallying, I tally this stuff all the time anyway, but I was tallying stuff up, and I think after Ultraman, Michael Myers, and Destro, that's I think it comes out to like 12 licensed figures, and guess how many IPs we've had? 3. So
What? That doesn't match
Yeah.
what the pieces are saying.
I know,
He said,
right?
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
and
an
then
impressive
also,
collar. They're really paying attention to that.
yeah.
It looks vinyl.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the first picture that they
There you
had,
go.
or that one. Yeah, if you look zoom in on that, it looks very textured, like the rest of the suit. Like if you look at the same material on the shoulder, not where the patch is, but the actual, zoom in right there, enhance. There you go.
Oh,
Doesn't it look
impressive.
the same?
It does. It looks like it's all one thing, but it seems like this is attached to that. But then this will be kind of like I was saying, they'll put some stuff in there to add it to be puffy. I thought that this piece right here was plastic, but like you said, it makes sense if it was vinyl. Dude, this thing, I can't wait to see some of the detail stuff in this. Look at that.
Will we get a Profit Director edition?
You want that? That leopard print thing? Look
Comes
at
with a
all
key.
this stuff, man. Look at that. Look at that, man.
Dude, I like the rockets on the wrist. It looks so much better than the classified series, like the detail.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I'm
what
looking
this
forward to
tells me?
this. What's that?
That we're one step closer to getting Doctor Doom.
That's this year, man. June.
You know
It's
what I
coming.
think? We're gonna
Yeah.
Mezco's gonna give us Cobra Commander, and they're gonna have balls enough to throw the hooded head in there.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not really attached to anything. They can do stuff. If they can give you like blunts and middle fingers and stuff like that, they can do a hood. I don't think they really care.
Mm-hmm.
Not that concerned. But it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Let's take a break. Go through some comments.
Do you think those pouches will come off like Death Adders? How do you think they'll have those on there?
I'm wondering too, because the belt, some of those belts get detached. They're detachable and stuff like that. So if you take this off, and I'm looking at it, I was like, man, maybe some customizers will think about it. But some of that stuff, if you take off, you have like a black suit. You just have to take that collar. I'm pretty sure somebody will figure it out, maybe cut it off or do something like that. But you got this bigger, beefier body. All right, let's go through this really quick. Hey, let's take this down really quick, so I'm not covering up any bases. Yeah. So Ultraman looks awesome. Kind of cool, man. The Mezco market. Yeah, man. We got that in there too. Let's see here. Monster coming up. We have a monster coming up.
Clasty's my dude tonight. He'd get Pimp Daddy Destro.
Oh yeah. Yo, this is a good idea. Wow. Monster Con coming first weekend in May might get the Ultraman. Wow.
Where are you at, Kyoto? Like what area?
I think he's coming here too, to Spooky Con or Spooky Empire. I'm not too sure.
Is that in your neighborhood?
Yes. Yeah. Look at that. See, yeah. I think what is this?
IP character.
Yeah, puzzle by collectors are mad at no Joes and more POs. That rhymes. You've been nominated. I can see it. Doom. Thank you, July. Incorrect, Paige. I was incorrect. July, not June. Outside Chicago. He said he's outside Chicago. So, yeah, be prepared because they sent that email out and said shipping and charging and shipping. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'll take that down.
You can display all three heads at once, right, Paige?
I'm looking forward to that grinning one, man. That cheesy one. I want to see what people are going to be doing with that, bro. That's going to be. I think that's going to be cool. Just to see some of that stuff, and I'll say it again, man. I'm not looking forward to when they start putting out troopers.
I hope they do. Like the Black Skull Death Brigade when they did like buy three get one. I mean, obviously, but I hope they make an overabundance like they did with the Black Skulls. Obviously, limit of
what
12
they'll
per
do
house.
is they'll give you a 2-pack with like 3 head sculpts. That way you need like 3 of them in order to make all 6 figures or something like that. You know, they'll do something crazy.
Get you.
Yeah, kind of like they did with.
12.
I will. I will.
One of his armada of his tanks.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what they did with that. I got some the other day, that Mythic Legions, the video game one. How they give you one character, but they give you like 4 or 5 heads.
yeah.
That's how they got me. It's like, damn, these guys they get smarter, man. They know what they're doing. Joe Fest. Are you going to Joy Fest? No. Where is Joe Fest? That's in
Isn't that south, like Georgia? Something usually. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I think it's in Georgia.
It says G Fest, doesn't it? What's G Fest?
It's like
Joe Fest.
Yeah, that's Joe Fest. Because I know Valverse is supposed to be there. I saw them doing their stuff for that. And the week after is Freaknik, right? Just kidding.
Augusta, Georgia. June 9th through 11th. Road trip, Paige?
Possibly. Gotta check the dates again.
It's not terribly far from us.
I think Georgia, like, depending on what part. I think it was like an 8-hour drive. I was like, ugh.
Augusta. So that's.
What's in Savannah?
Yeah, Savannah. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, that's fun. This also got snuck in. Pre-orders are closing Friday. What's all this communication? Wow.
What?
Yeah. So letting people know that this is going to be closing out. We had probably an ample time to be able to figure out if you wanted this. It was an exclusive. And that's pretty good to have an exclusive up for that long. So communication and then process improvement, right? Yay.
Oh, 7-hour drive for me, Paige.
Might have to think about that one.
Might be a Southwest Airlines flight.
Yeah.
You and Sawyer can split driving.
Yeah. Well, hello there.
Speaking of, you said that you had to do a little switcheroo with yours, but these are starting to ship. I think I got notification from Big Bad Toy Store. And this Batmobile has evidently turned collectors into customizers because everybody's going to be doing this, I feel. This is Stephen Smith. Bless Stephen Smith for the knowledge that he imparted on us right now. Because he painted his car, and I've seen a couple people do this, but his caught my eye. He just taped off the wheels, taped off the, some of the bits, and then he took some of this Krylon all-in-one paint and primer. This stuff works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. Krylon. That Fusion all-in-one, you don't have to do it. You just kind of spray it. But this is what he used if you guys want to take on a weekend task or whatever, and it looks like it came out really well. These are his shots, by the way. This is Stephen Smith. He's on Instagram, and you can find him. I made sure that I did this right. No, not that. So,
the Dream Comparison Toys.
Army Builders. Why does it say that?
The sharp pick.
Yeah. I wanted to show that because you can see how well the paint and how it looks. It looked glossy from before, but here's some shots. This is him. Um, this looks good, man. I like it.
Is that a custom cape, you think?
I don't know.
It seems to drape really well on that first pick. That's hanging really, really well.
A lot of people have just been looking at the boards and just taking, all these different options that people have been giving out. I've heard, heat the cowl and stuff like that. I don't really have that much of a problem with mine, but I haven't done any of the other stuff or looked into some of the other guys that are offering capes and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess it's a fair argument. You could say, oh, well, I don't think that I should have to invest more money into something that, I want to get. But, if you're going for a particular look, you're going to have to put out, you have to put in a little bit more, I guess. Did you guys watch this? The new Flash trailer?
I did not.
Mm.
I did not. I'm still boycotting DC.
Oh no, don't do that.
Not until they bring back Black Adam. I'm not watching anything until they bring back Black Adam. I don't know.
Mm.
No, but in all seriousness, though, I'm not really messing around with DC too much until they pick a lane and we see where they're going. And there's really no sense in me getting tied up in anything until we know where that stuff's going to lie. So 2025, I'll be back in with DC. And then when the first one's supposed to come out, 2025, the first of the new.
Yeah, they got a huge slate of movies, man.
Yeah,
they seem pretty invested.
Lord allowing.
Mm. Yeah, they seem very invested in James Gunn and the vision. They must have just pitched that all out to him and said, "Yeah, you know what? This is what we want to do." So, I know MC showed me this. He's the one that sent it to me. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I've seen a lot of hype already. Best superhero movie ever. Like that's a pretty bold statement coming from DC. And with that,
with this one,
yeah.
I just think it's
said,
cool.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
It was. Let me see where I
You
find
sure
it.
you didn't say the best since Morbius? Is that what they said?
I saw. What was it that got worse ratings than Morbius? Shazam 2. It was like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
It's sad.
Did you guys watch that one? I haven't watched that one at all. I haven't made an effort to watch it.
On the HollywoodReporter.com, who was it? Of course, is DC CEO David Zasloff saying of the feature, "It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen." He's watched it 3 times now.
Wow.
So, I mean, I know he's obviously one of the top guys at DC or Warner Brothers, whatever. But Ezra, there's a lot of controversy with Ezra, of course, too. So, wonder how that's going to affect the box office numbers.
Yeah. I like how they've marketed more that it's a Batman movie than a Flash movie.
They're definitely pushing that.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They got
This is what
toys.
This scene.
Yeah, they've been leaning in that one hard.
See a blue and gray suit on screen for the first time. That's Batman 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched the second one yet. Every time I pull it up, it wasn't working for me. So I was like, oh, crap. So, best movie ever. It's going to make people, yeah, man.
I know, right?
They should just release stuff and just let people, instead of pre-hyping it, because that's what it does, man. You just get wrapped up in that hype machine. So.
I guess that's how they have to push it.
Yeah.
That's their marketing ploy. Best ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May. May the 4th be with you.
Yes. Cory's getting his wallet out. HasLab coming.
Man, I hope not.
They're gonna be breaking people's wallets. Yeah. I saw they had, I didn't put it on here, but they had that speeder trooper with what are we gonna call him? Do we have to go by his season 1 name, or can we go by the season 3 name?
Season 3 name.
Okay.
Spoiler
Baby
alert.
Yoda. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is going to be in there. Did you see that thing where they asked Pedro Pascal? They go, "How many times did you call?" How many times did you call him Baby Yoda? Have you ever called him that? And he's like, "Yeah, I did. I think it was on Hot Wings or something like that." But yeah, this is coming. I don't know a lot about this. I just know that it's one of the things they do, and they're going to be launching all that stuff and flooding you guys with a bunch of Star Wars stuff and HasLab stuff. So may
I
the
heard
Force
Mezco's gonna be there. We're getting Mezco Star Wars.
Ooh, don't put that evil out there. Yikes.
Yeah.
You go broke.
So playing devil's advocate, if it is a ghost for the HasLab, what's the price point?
If it is a
Where you
ghost?
put your dollar. If it's the HasLab Vintage Collection Ghost.
Oh boy.
Where you put that price tag?
400.
You figure the Boba Fett Starship was $199. That was pretty much almost just a re-release.
Yep. 400.
$4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. I don't know if I'll take my Mezco points.
Yikes. I don't even want to.
He says 450.
Yeah, 450. That'd be crazy, man. Eesh.
That's all right, Cory. You buy two. I know you will.
Man, oh God, don't get me started, man. Let's move on. Next category. I don't even talk about. Next
Well, that's good because a little bit of breaking news. This just in.
Oh.
There has been a significant drop in the market for pink skulls. You guys saw this? Stock has been dropping from $800 to $375. So this begs the question. Yeah, man. I was looking at that. I was like, man, I feel really bad for anybody that paid $900 for one figure. Oh my gosh. So this begs the question. What do you guys think the current state of collecting is right now? Let's just do Mezco. Because I've seen a lot of sales posts lately. A lot.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and he actually put something up for sale, and I was like, oh wow, that's actually a good price. And it hasn't moved.
Yeah.
And I see a lot, especially with all the stuff we just talked about, a lot of stuff's charging. I know people are more conscientious of that, but it seems like even stuff that is reasonably priced. Yeah. And I saw somebody mention something about, some people were more like getting out just to get out, and they don't even want to be involved with Mezco.
Yeah.
And then I saw some people say it was just finances. So what do you guys think?
I don't think there's any wrong answer, in my opinion. I think everyone's kind of going through their own thing. But, we've been kind of talking about this for months, where there's just so much stuff out there right now that you really kind of have to pick and choose and decide what is it that you really want. And, some things you just have to pass on. All of these lines seem to be going full bore right now. Four Horsemen, with everything they got going on with the Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Ramen Toys doing their thing, Mezco's doing their thing. Hasbro is taking no prisoners. So they're releasing everything they possibly can.
Yeah.
So anybody that's not loyal to just one line, like, you're really making some tough decisions on what is it that you really want. Because I think unless you're really financially blessed, it's tough to buy it all. Like, I'm looking at things right now, and there must be several pre-orders from different lines that I'm looking at, like, what do I really want? How many of those ramen racers do I really need? It really makes you ask those tough questions. I mean, ramen alone, they're not a huge company, but if you go on their website right now, I mean, they've got that gull wing going. That's $170 if you want to get it on an early bird. That's the early bird price, I think, $170. They got the Ramen Racer going for $170. They got that 80s Commander going for $60. There's an add-on for the 80s Commander. I think is $120. So I mean, what is that? $600 in pre-orders just for ramen fans. So there's a lot of stuff out there right now, and I've really been tough to kind of pick and choose what is it that I feel like I can't live without.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. MC, what do you think?
Pretty much the same. I think, people are deciding, am I going to pay my bills or am I going to buy another figure? How do I keep up with the line now? As they're throwing more at me, I guess I get rid of my, we've had 3 releases of the Pink Skulls now. So, someone's going to pick whatever they feel is the best representation of the 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I know wages are not going up with the rate of inflation. I mean, that's for certain. People aren't getting, I didn't get a 13% pay raise this year. So
What? Where's this at?
well, yeah, I know. Well, that's current inflation right now in our area is 13% over the year.
Oh, you mean to offset cost?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not, I'm in the hole, making less this year than I did last year. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bad for those. They got to make real decisions, I think is a big thing. And in space, like we've gotten so much lately look how much your collection's grown in since 2020. We'll just go back to the pandemic.
Yeah.
How much has your collection grown? How much space you got left?
Well, so you know how a lot of this stuff gets brought up about the pandemic and how the points made that it did affect things. And you know me, there's a guy on the internet that says something, and then you have numbers. Numbers don't lie to me. So last year, don't quote me on the number, but I do have it. But last year, I think the first 4 months, we only had 2 or 3 releases. And with this charge for Destro, that'll probably be at least by the end of the month, maybe, possibly, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have, what is it? I think 12. Comes out to 12 or 13 figures. And that's not counting accessory packs.
That's first quarter 2023.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? As opposed to 3 or 4 that we got in the first part. I'm telling you right now, the way that this pace is going, we're only 4. I honestly think they're gonna probably top their highest year total. And that was something like 30, 31 or something like that. I'm telling you, I have a feeling that they're gonna do it. Because if they're putting out this much right now, that's not counting the exclusives, these random exclusives, they're IP exclusive. That's not counting cons. Even if you look at what's on deck right now, just within the calendar year, even if you don't believe it, if you divide that in half, it's still going to be a lot of figures. So like you said, with making decisions about money, CC, yeah, people are going to have to look at some of those releases and go, can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
my wallet literally just jumped up and ran out the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and then also there's some of these things, but some of these things, I know I'm probably, doing it to myself, but some of those releases are also army builders too. Like I bought a couple of those, the Nautilus crew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and by couple, you
some
mean
of that.
12?
No, I forgot how many sets I got.
We don't need to talk.
It's a lot, though. Oof, God. Yeah, it's not good. But so yeah, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because it's a
I
buyer's
didn't even
market.
think about that.
Yeah.
How many of those Mezco figures releases are multiples? Like you talk about, the Nautilus crew. You got the Fantastic Four, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. That's 14 figures right there if you only ordered one of each.
Yeah.
Just on 4 releases. So it's going to be a huge year.
It is, man. I'm telling you. And even if you just count them as one release per, I know some guys get in there. I had some guy last year that said, "No, you're wrong about the count. It was this many figures." And I go, "No, I count releases. I don't count how many figures individually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get what he was saying, but like you're saying, as far as space, yeah, because those things take up real estate. That Fantastic Four. I mean,
yeah.
Hold on.
Somebody like thing that takes up double.
I'm also thinking price tag. I mean, that Fantastic Four thing drops. I mean, that's a $360 pre-order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it does. Some of this stuff but it's the real estate too, because We already got Ultraman. There's Mr. Freeze. I'm trying to think of the multi stuff. So the Nautilus crew, that would be a multi one. Yeah, the rest of these I don't see unless you're really wanting to get, into it. Like most of these are all just single releases. But there's these big releases like the Justice League set. The Justice League set, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's $260.
Yeah.
And then the Nautilus crew, it's two something. So, not to keep going down the whole, that's 145 each. Since the Fantastic Four, that was a $400 set. 420. I'm trying to think of what else. What else? No, the Power Rangers. That's supposed to be later this year. That's 400. Turtles. So there's some of these things, man. They're pretty big sets, and some of them are pricey sets. So just be prepared. I know we were talking about a good or bad thing. I'm just wondering, because is this a good thing for buyers? Because this line is, I've seen it from the beginning, so it does, it makes more sense to me. This happens all the time. People get out because it's too much. They realize it's too much. And then what happens is everybody buys because everybody's just trying to get rid of stuff. And it's great because it allows people to kind of backtrack on certain things, like Shadow Assassins.
Yeah.
He didn't even look up. No reaction.
He didn't,
Well,
he didn't even flinch.
I'm going through and seeing how much money I'm going to be spending.
He's busy buying one right now.
No,
I
it's
agree with loving the
calculated.
game. It's a
Breaking
great
news.
time for new guys.
There's new White Shadow coming this way.
But it is like it does. That's the good part about it. I'm trying to think of the bad part about it is I couldn't think anything bad. It just allows new collectors to come in and to be able to pick up some of this stuff without getting raped. Because the last thing you want is to come into a new line blind.
Yeah.
And there was a great comment earlier about I wish I highlighted it, but somebody said something about how the production numbers. And we talked about that before. They've increased the production numbers in the windows, and so it just allows you, better reach with customers. Instead of shutting everything off after a half hour. So, but it's a buyer's market. Somebody did mention something that's a good talking point as well. It's like I saw somebody mention about, because these are available, that it ruins the value of a figure. I know we obviously know the aftermarket, but and so I was wondering, like, does that play a lot into your collection, or is it just you like what you like and you just collect it? Is it something that goes hand in hand? Do you think? I know to a certain extent, but
so I like
He's
I
frozen.
get for my figure to hold this value, simply because if I decide later on that I want to move it to get something else, I don't want to end up just having to kind of give it away. But I never buy anything thinking, oh man, this is going to be worth double or triple. I'll be able to, flip my money later on. I don't ever usually look at it that way. The cool thing with these prices and things right now is that, like, if you're a new person coming in, like Love of the Game said, if you're a new person coming in, you can pick up some stuff that you missed in the past and not have to pay an arm and a leg. Whereas, a year ago, if you were trying to pick up that Pink Skull, the original, I mean, you were paying anywhere from $900 to $1,200. And now you can pick one up from $350, which is that's an awesome deal. So patience, like we always said, patience usually does pay off. Never buy on the bubble.
Yeah, well, it's hard, especially when you have a line like where traditionally a figure comes out, and if you missed it, and now you're already paying aftermarket, and then the value always grows. Like with this line, that's what happened. Now it just doesn't seem like it is, but let's look at it like short term. Like I said, I've seen this happen a lot, at least 2 or 3 times. So, MC, what do you think?
Pretty much the same as Cory, honestly. I mean, I don't want to just steal his answer, but I feel the same. Like, I mean, I don't want to It's the same thought. I think that's why him and I get along so well, as we think alike on a lot of this stuff.
It's I think sometimes like maybe people put. I'll backtrack. So when I said like I've seen this a bunch of times, I think what happens, and because of this, and this is the reason why I think a lot of people they look outside the bubble on this stuff, like you mentioned, and they see that this was a hot line at certain points, and people use it as like a stock.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh man, I can get in there and I can resell this," and far be it from me. I'm not shunning anybody for doing that, but it does come to a point where that stuff starts building up. I mean, unless you're really good about selling and buying, like stocks, that you run into these little points in the timeline that mess you up. I honestly think sometimes when people were talking about 89 Batman, I honestly think it was for reselling purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that, well, some of it, waiting for a figure. I think a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people bought like 5 or 6 of them, and then they got stuck with that. You know what I mean? Either paying in full, or they're like, I got all this product, it's held up, I can't sell it, and that bothered a lot of people. Not everybody, but like again, I don't look at somebody what they say. I look at what somebody does. And so when you see somebody selling a bunch of figures, it's like, well, why'd you buy 6?
Well, 3 years ago when that pre-order first went live, that was kind of the way you did things, right? Like folks that were collecting Mezco 3 years ago, you were almost collecting Mezco free because you just bought 2 of every exclusive, and that second one paid for the first one. It was like it was every time. That's the way it was, and that's kind of what everyone was doing. I don't care what anybody says, but it was whoever was faster with that mouse. You would just buy 2 or 3, and then you would sell your extra, and it would cover the one that you kept every time. Every time. Mezco was very inexpensive.
Yeah, but just like anything, when people find loopholes and they find there's an advantage to it. I think some of that just got into excess or greed. It's like, oh, if I can do this, I can buy more, and I can buy more. And so now you'll have it where there's the availability is there for people to be able to do it, and that's a good thing because they're buying from them or they're buying from third-party companies or group sellers, and now you have the opportunity to do it. So that that demand isn't there really anymore. That's what I think is good about it. Everybody has a chance to get it. And I don't see anything bad about it.
I saw Bishop posted in a group today, one of the group, for $70 new in box.
Yeah, see, that's like and you know what that is? I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna sell a broken figure, but I think a lot of that is just like I bought this, I need this to move. You can always tell move prices, and you can always tell someone who wants to make money off of something, and then there's maybe that just wasn't them.
Yeah.
But all that stuff, those numbers, man, that kind of stuff, like I said, that just shows me what the intention is and then what the result is. You just gotta watch, man. Sometimes you'll see somebody like they'll throw up like 4 or 5 of the posts and stuff like that, and like I said, it's different as a group seller than somebody who's just an average person that's buying 5 or 6 of them, because you know what the intent is. At least to me, it is. If you bought 5 or 6, I would assume you want them, right? That's the whole reason why you bought it. I bought a bunch of those Black Skulls. I haven't sold any of those because I want them.
Yeah.
But if you're not like
I think I'm not going to say name. We know who in the group is looking to resale, and we know who's like yourself, where who
Stack
who's trying
them
to
up.
flip for a profit, like who the flippers are and who are those that like actually are I'm not saying that they're not collecting the line, but there's you who's collecting the line and you have a few of each for reasons, and then you have people that buy like 6 Batman and sell 5 of them.
Yeah.
So,
and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm really not.
no,
I'm using it as an example to show that's the after effect with all of this, because you can only put so much stuff on your credit card, and you can only buy so much of that stuff before it starts catching up with you. The delays, that was part of it too. Like if someone's buying something, they expect to sell it within a year or a couple of months, and that doesn't happen. You're sitting on inventory, or you're not even sitting on that because it's not even in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the hope and the promise, and now you have people backing out. So I mean, it's complicated. It's interesting to watch, and I'm not blaming anybody for buying 5 or 6 because you got your own thing to do. But that's the byproduct of that wavelength that I'm talking about. And so when I see people leave, it's mainly the people that just they just tired of the waiting because they don't sell it. Most of the people that collect the line, they have some grievances and complaints and stuff like that. But most of the time, those core people, they're still there. It's like, I'm glad the recent Mezco dropped for pre-order for a few days. Yeah, man. You remember, like, I remember, like I said, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It was done.
Let's think back to last year, 1 year ago.
Even some of that. Like, so those, I remember when stuff was just went on pre-order, and then all of a sudden you were watching people put them up, the pre-orders for sale in the groups. So,
yeah. The infamous surprise drop, right? It would just drop just unannounced, just bam. Pre-order was up and gone before you ever knew it was even, even there. It was already gone.
Wait,
too late.
Drop today?
What happened?
Yeah.
115. Wait, what? There was a drop today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you see those posts? People get mad about it. This is bullshit. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It's like, but now you got kind of, I look, man. I do. I look at things as a total like timeline. I don't look at stuff that's just happened like right now. I look at it as the whole thing. Like somebody's mentioned about the lights and stuff like that with the figures, and I remember the light systems that they had earlier on. And somebody said something about Darkseid was a good example. He had light up features, and it couldn't really light up the effects. And now you have some of these figures that, the light up feature is better. I think overall, just collecting, you just have to give it time to like get better. That kind of went off on a tangent about that. But
How many people in the group used to take their bathroom breaks at 12:57 every day? Alarm goes off. Oh, that's my poop alarm. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the best excuse.
Refresh.
Yeah, I don't work with them anymore, but I remember when the Black Skulls went up, I had so much trouble. I remember I sat there for an hour. And the Darkest Dawn Batman too. I was in a bad reception area.
They're like, get Paige back at work. Where is he at?
They had people call me, hey man, where you at? I was like, I'm busy right now. I'll be there. But I remember I was like an hour, and I'm like, this is not working. What the hell? That one almost broke my streak, man. I was like, geez, but get off of that. I have something for you guys.
Paige ate an egg salad sandwich that day.
Oh, is it a denim jacket?
Yeah. No.
Inside joke. It's not a scented denim jacket. I wanted a scented denim jacket.
Yeah. Before we do this, let's go to the chat real quick. Fantastic Four, estimated release date July. Yeah, I thought we did that one already. Yeah, you're way, way behind. Absolutely green. Yeah. My side door is locked containers. Yeah. Bro, I was just telling them right now, I was like, I gotta get in my room because it's gotten to a point I can't even walk in there anymore. I'll be transparent. I can't. I step over shit. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was looking in and I've been messing with this stuff, but it does, man. It comes to a point where you gotta look at some stuff and go, you know what, hey, do I need an intervention?
Yeah.
1,000 did that with a few releases, and no, see, and like I said, I'm not knocking anybody. I totally get it because if you have a way to pay for your collection, yeah. But I'm not talking about somebody who's trying to try to offset the cost of what they're collecting. I'm talking about like if you were buying like 5 or 6 with the intention of trying to like sell, between like 5 or 6 of them, you're like, huh. And like I said, that's totally your prerogative, and you can do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, you can always see how it impacts things. Like people can't wait, and then they get out. Family only facts. All right, so we caught moving well over lunch. Yeah, I know. I did have that, man. One time I was like, I'm at lunch, man. Don't bother me. This is a good little memory. Nosferatu midnight sale. I'm glad that wasn't on work time.
Yeah.
I remember talking to both of you while that was going on, the fiasco. Corey's like in and out. The rest of us are.
You remember that joke that I told him? Man? I was like,
fuck.
I was like, Braveheart. I was like, hold. Be calm. You're trying to wrestle all these people trying to like just lose their shit. I'm out of here. I'm done with this crap. I remember one guy got out of the group. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. And then it went up. I was like, every time. He's like, you just got to have some self-restraint. So really quick. So
Boba got caught.
I wouldn't be able to go on anymore tonight unless I recognized our sponsor for tonight.
Oh.
Relaxes?
Relaxes. Man, it's been actually pretty good. Everybody's been kind of like, it didn't seem like. I'm surprised. I thought Ghost Rider, that was going to have like a big thing, but everybody seems to be okay with that, man. Like, I thought
there's a flickering head on that.
There is, yeah.
I saw that on the.
But this is something that I found on the internet. I don't know if you got, but before we go on to that, it actually is part of it. It's combination. Interesting things I found on the internet, and they actually turned out to be tonight's sponsor. You guys want to take a guess?
Taco Bell.
Robert Downey Jr. on Instagram.
Oh, really quick before we do that, sponsor. Put the sponsor on hold for a second. I wanted to show you guys something really quick. Let me do this real quick. Let's do this for a second. We could just talk about it. I don't have to pull it up. I want to pull it up because actually I think visuals are better. You know me. So really quick.
Visuals are usually better.
It's another one
really
of your pipe videos.
No. I know 98% of the people are not going to be interested in this, but I was thinking about something today. This went up for pre-order today.
Oh.
The egg, wow, $120. Wow. So this is a Living Dead doll. I know 98% of people don't collect this line in here. They're watching this, but I know. So look at this. Look at that, man. I was looking at all the detail on this. This is crazy. I know somebody's going to say, well, $120, it should be.
Plastic.
I don't want a doll with movable eyes in the house.
You don't want the Annabelle doll in there?
Plastic says it's tempting. He's going to buy one, make a video, and Paige is going to have to go and backtrack the whole line.
Oh, bastard. He did do that to me.
Do it, Plastic.
I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
No way.
I am. I'm almost done. Look at this thing. Ew.
Wow. Yeah, Corey, that screams just perfect for you.
No.
Noose around the neck. But look at that. The detail on this is amazing. Look at that. Ugh. Creepy. Nightmare. Look at that.
Could you imagine waking up and finding that thing in the wrong part of the house?
Ew, just sitting there. But look, this was cool. Look at, like, they got all these little accessories and stuff like that. I started looking and then I made a comment about this. I know we just went through this, but I made a comment. I was like, it would be cool if we got Eddi in a bunny suit.
Yes.
I thought that's what was going to happen. Like if they had Easter, they did it like have like they choose a holiday one time in a year. I know they already did Christmas, but anyway.
How tall
but they made this blade. It's like 15 inches, I think.
Okay.
10 inches. I'm sorry. It's 10 inches long.
Man 15 inches. So deduct 5.
Yeah. It's cold out. But anyway.
Women not know about shrinkage.
Would you guys do that? Are you guys into that? The little the suits and stuff, the bear suit and the reindeer stuff. Do you guys like that?
The bear
You
suit
talking about
was,
would we wear it in real life? Is that what you're saying?
No.
He's a
On the
furry.
characters. On the
Is
characters.
MC a furry? I
No,
think
Yeah,
he's-
you're a
MC
furry.
I saw his pictures on his private and his OnlyFans.
I do have a pink rabbit suit from Christmas Story. I do have that. So full disclosure,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
it's one of the most comfortable things I own. So I do love it.
Yeah. Hmm.
I-
Would you
I
guys be down for that though?
For Eddi? Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love the Eddi suit. Those are pretty cool. They need to do more of those.
Oh, yeah, they do. Like that way, you could have like an animal squad, like a hitman squad. And they're all animals and shit. Bubba's here. Bubba said he was doing something else. But he's here.
He was driving somewhere, so he was watching, but he couldn't. I told him don't text and drive because a cougar might jump across the hood of his car again. Not
Next.
the
You
good
know what?
cougar.
I would do it. You know what, Todd? I would do it. I would take an Annabelle doll and I would put it next to Anne, just to see, just for fun.
I'm in the same boat as Cory. We don't need no creepy dolls in my house.
No, yeah, no. That wouldn't go over well at my house. I couldn't do it. I not and live and talk about it the next day.
There'd be a fire sale of Mezcos up in Cory's.
Yeah,
Town.
man.
Like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
You see some new
Ooh.
member on there selling stuff dirt cheap. You know what happened?
Hey,
Well-
Roach, $15.
I know, right? Well, there's a reason why. Also, it was kind of a double-edged sword with that. Double reason why I did it, because since we're talking about little demon children and hell and the occult and stuff like that, I'd like to thank tonight's sponsor of the show. That's right, big time. We got another sponsor.
Hmm.
Cory, MC, question for you. Are you looking for a place to take a hot first date?
Why, yes, Paige.
See, it only took one time and you knew what to do. Or your wife or mistress, or maybe even the little demons too. Maybe a place to lock in those big company deals.
Yes. Tell me more.
Tell you more? Well, then you should take those individuals to our sponsor's place of business. That's right. Lucifer's Playground.
Oh boy.
I found this on the internet. This is hilarious. That's right. Lucifer's
boy.
Playground.
Well,
Bring the little pards. Look at this. They got
Oh, boy.
roller coasters and a carousel.
Wonder what the music sounds like.
is that moat made of blood or something?
Indeed it is. And look at that. I think it's pretty obvious, but nobody in here is part of the occult or supports this kind of stuff. I just thought it'd be a funny joke. So here we go. Blood flowing.
This is Boba's next diorama right here. We're looking at it
It
live.
is. I'm giving him ideas right now, especially with the Doc Nocturnal Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Or the Bartholomew Vex, whatever this is.
I was gonna say he looks like the guy from what's that Tom Cruise movie?
Legend.
Yes, kind of look like that demon. That
Yes. This is Lucifer's Playground. I am a little concerned with the roller coaster. Just the fact that it's called Lucifer's Playground, I think there'd become some kind of like sick joke where it would be like Final Destination. You'd be going up
Jesus.
and it would just leap across.
No more track.
Loosely inspired by Disney.
Wow.
Disney After Dark.
Where's this
Yeah.
located?
You know what? I tried to find this. All I know is that this was created by Dolly Cypher. And from what I understand, this
The
is
devil's
a
down in
virtual.
Georgia, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. Look at that. It's the Hogsmeade.
It's replacing the eyesore on I4 page.
We've lost so many viewers right now. We're at 30, we're like 22.
6.
Yeah. It's okay. And just like any theme park, you need to go through the gift shop.
Get my own
I can only
Necronomicon.
imagine the snacks.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, Dolly Cypher created this. I just
Imagine the plushies from that guy.
yeah.
It's
But yeah, from what I understand, this theme park will satisfy your darkest desires, but at an eternal price. Your soul.
All right.
All right, levity, because I thought one of the other topics we would have would get a little bit too serious, so I threw that in there. Let's get back serious to Creative Cycle. The Penny Arcade, that's yours. But anyway, so I was talking to somebody on Instagram, and this person had like a great set of photos, large body of work, right? And you can I can appreciate the amount of time and effort that it took to like set all this stuff up. And it was like a catalog of stuff, right? And then he told me, I was like, hey man, what are you working on right now? And he says to me, he goes, you know what, dude, I'm burnt out. I don't even want to do it anymore. And I was like, what? And I was looking at all of his photos. And I was just like, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. I creatively, I'm just burnt out. I don't even want to do it. And then we got into some other parts, we'll talk about it a little bit, but he just said that he doesn't have the motivation to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. And I know we all get like burnt out with life and stuff like that, but it's just hard to hear somebody say that's talented, You're like, man, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, what are all the reasons? And they start talking to me. But before we get into that, just regarding life, do you guys feel like collecting burns you out? As far as like pre-ordering, collecting what you want financially. Do you get burnt out in different ways with collecting?
I don't get burned out with the act of collecting. I enjoy it. I tend to get burnt out with the aftermath, if you will, right? Like you enjoy collecting so much to where it gets to the point where, kind of like what you were saying, you look up and you're like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Right? Yeah. Like if I had someone that would come in and like stash away the extras so that it never piled up, I could collect for a long time, probably with no problems. If I didn't have to deal with that. But there's always consequences for the decisions. And that's, I guess, the part that gets me is the consequence of collecting is where I tend to burn out. The act of collecting itself, I enjoy, and I never get tired of. But when you start looking for places to put things and you start questioning what in the world am I doing, you really put it to the test after a while.
What about you? Do you feel any part of collecting burns you out?
Well, I mean, you guys know, I've been struggling with a while to shoot a photo. It's been mostly set up for a bit. My wife was kind of getting on my ass about getting the photo shot so I can put the stuff away. And it's just time right now has been really tough for me, but like, just work has really been exhausting the last few weeks and soon. But so I'm like just burnt, like creatively, I'm at a standstill. I can't even think of the last time I shot a photo. Like that's how bad it is. I really don't know what the last thing I shot was.
February 27th, 3 p.m.
Probably right. No, it's longer.
I don't know.
It's longer than
I don't know.
I think Christmas time, I think, was the last time I shot a photo of anything. And
do you feel like you're pressured to do that though? Like when I know that there's shooters and stuff in the groups.
Oh,
and everything.
I don't have the time. So many of these guys out. I mean, I feel, I don't want to say pressure from you guys, challenged from, like our little conversations we have and stuff, like can't even keep up. So it's just, I know here in 4 weeks, I have a lot more free time on my hands. So for 8 weeks, so I'll get caught up. I just miss it more than anything. Like I miss like staying up late and messing around camera settings, and changing props around. So I miss that, but I don't have the drive right now. So
but it's more of your personal life. It's not
right. But my personal life is affecting. So it's like my stress really, like it's adding to it, like I feel pressured to get this down for my wife so I can clean up this little area. But it's like it takes the joy out of it, like if I'm So I guess pressuring each other, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. But I still like seeing when there's new shit coming out, and I love seeing all the photos that people are putting out. And
Yeah.
I call a couple people out by name, Boba, Steven. I saw Sid Vicious's Toyz Punisher shot today. Holy shit. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah.
yet.
I did.
Wow. That was a damn good shot. So, and I see you're always grinding. Cory's always doing cool shit. So I need to get busy. I quit making excuses.
Who's always doing cool stuff?
You.
Not us.
I am. I don't know, man.
Vehicles everywhere.
I am.
I like doing stuff and sharing. Like I think I got to a point where
pics that you shared with us the last couple nights, Paige. I mean, like, fuck.
That's what I mean. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy sharing it like with friends and stuff like that. I found that that's more. It's not like trying to like earn likes or anything like that. That stuff is all. There's like algorithms, and there's people who may not like you who do like you. There's popularity contests and all this shit, and it's just you can't. It's almost like looking at Instagram and understanding that somebody doesn't live that life. It'd be hard to tell if anybody really enjoys or is happy for whatever you're doing. There's a core set of people, but I enjoy just showing it to my friends.
Yeah, that's what.
Because I do it all the time.
I think I have maybe 15 people that follow me on Instagram. Well, it's probably more than that, but I don't care about like likes and chasing that stuff. I just like the process and then getting input from my friends. Like, hey, change this up, or hey, it's great. That's what.
Yeah.
So you guys motivate me to get better. So then I can get like 10 likes on Instagram.
Well, everybody has like different, but there's like different skill sets. There's different time restraints. Like we all kind of know what each other does off the boards. And so to be able to do, I know everybody has their own life and stuff like that too. They just manage it better. But I know what you have to go through, and I'm like, oh, there's a reason why this, he's not posting photos. Been on the phone with you. And so it's like, but it's hard to see some people that are like demotivated, or they get just burnt out with it when they do have that kind of art that's really good, because you're looking at those people and say, oh man, it's motivating. Like you just said, you see other people doing it.
Yeah.
So I constantly kind of say stuff about like content creators, because they're like comedians,
Yeah.
You look at them and they have this presence about them, but they're artists and they're sensitive about their art. And I don't know anybody that just sits there and has a wall up and goes, you know what? I don't care what people think. I'll just throw stuff out. You like it, you don't. They're sensitive about that stuff because they put themselves into it.
Yeah.
And so like when you see people like content creators and that are putting like a lot of effort into making videos or photos and stuff like that, it's cool to tell, say, hey man, that's cool, man. It looks great. It looks great. It seems like it's kind of reversed, doesn't it? Like you use the hobby to escape stuff, but it's so stressful for some people.
You need an escape from the escape.
Yeah, I genuinely felt bad. I don't want to like try to get down, but it's taking that time to kind of enjoy it. That's what I like with you guys. Like I enjoy it. I won't post in the group sometimes because I'm like, it's not that I don't want to share with the group. It's just like, why would I be doing it? There's most of the people that I do create something, I just send it to you guys.
Yeah.
But
you should definitely share your stuff though, dude.
Well, I mean, it's dude, it's time, man. It's just like sometimes it's just when are you gonna do it? But
yeah,
but what I think when you have all this stuff, you realize kind of how valuable your time is. And I kind of like look at it that way too, like who you're friends with, but then also who you follow content wise, and then who you engage with and stuff like that. Like you said, I choose people. I've kind of scaled a lot of my stuff down, not because I don't have any personal vendetta, but I do it because I want to have a good. If I'm only on there for a little bit to engage with people, like I said, I know people think that I'm this person that's like, oh, you don't say anything negative around him. I know. I just want to have a good
Yeah.
experience. I get a limited amount of time. You know, I don't. I don't want to like go through a bunch. I don't want to have a bad experience. I'm only there for a short amount of time. I want to make it a good experience because it helps
Yeah.
me decompress. And so, like, I look for other guys, like you just said, like Boba. Like, I look at his stuff and I talk to him. I talk to you guys, videos and stuff like that. I watch D. I watch Jay Hernandez. And there's other people that I'll watch, but I think that's helped not only relieve stress of collecting, but it just makes it a better experience. So you don't get burnt out. So
Yeah.
I don't know. See what other people thought.
I would imagine probably as a if you're a content creator that gets a lot of responses and things like that, that can probably get it, pretty exhausting when you put stuff out there and every time you do something you're getting, hundreds if not thousands of comments or replies.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would wear on you.
Yeah.
Especially when you can put your heart into something and then have somebody just throw something out there just being an ass over it. That would be real disheartening. You spend all this time and then somebody,
Yeah,
I think you gotta. I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I was gonna say, like, kind of building on what you're saying about like scaling down who you like. Like, I'm not gonna name any of the big. A lot of the bigger photographers I don't follow, just because I don't know. I just like. I don't want to say, and I don't want to disrespect anybody. Like Sid, I just threw Sid's name out, and I know he's a bigger guy. He puts out a lot of good content and stuff like that. But there's obviously some really, really big people, and just interactions I've seen or had with them. I don't follow them just because I know how they are as a person inside too. So I'd rather not support them. I know some.
Oh, so that's a factor for you. Like,
Yeah. Like whether
you
I
would
follow.
like, yeah. Like, oh.
I mean, obviously we've talked, and I'm not going to name names or say anything, so I would never disrespect anybody. Can't defend it, can't come on and defend themselves or whatever. But I like, there's people that have a style that I like, and there's people that are good people to interact with on here that I like to watch. I like to look at their stuff, and there's people that may put out amazing shots, but they're total dicks. So I don't follow them. I don't care what they put out. And I'm just one person, but I'm just saying, be a good person and I'll follow you.
Yeah, that's tough. Sometimes like the personal stuff gets in there, like I've seen people that have that and carry that, but that's the good thing about it. There's so many people that
I don't make a dent in there.
Yeah, well, not that. It's just there's so many content creators and so many people that you can gravitate to whoever fulfills whatever kind of need that you have.
Right.
Maybe that person is I don't know, they're too loud or something like that. You just don't like their voice, or you just don't like what they do. There's 4 or 5 other people that are most likely going to cover that stuff anyway. So,
yeah.
But just the support part of it, like this is like 2 likes are free. Dude, I say this all the time too. Like, likes are free. People are like so stingy with that shit. That's so motivating for people. It takes like 2 seconds. It makes me wonder, like, somebody will have like a following that's 80 or 90,000 people, and there's only like 100 or 200 likes on there. I know it messes with the algorithm. Doesn't have any monetary value, but that's why I think that people should say stuff or like or comment. But man, just support content creators, man. Oh, thank you. That wasn't a cheap plug for this, but yeah, thank you. But yeah, make sure you support. Let's move on. I don't want to get too deep. Let's talk about fun stuff. Penny Arcade. This is your segment.
Oh man. So this is like more interactive with everybody too. Like, remember I was talking to you about this? Like, I kind of want to approach this.
Yeah.
Backstory on burnout as well. I was talking to one of my really good friends from college, and like a gamer nerd like most anyway. And as we keep getting these systems, and of course we get older and older, unfortunately. I was talking to my friend, and I'm like, when's the last time, like PS5 on day one? I can't even tell you the last time I turned it on. Like, I try playing a game, I get burnt out on it. Like, and I just want to see what everybody's opinion is on that. And there's like good games coming, like Jedi Survivor looks amazing. The new Zelda game is coming. I don't know what, like, do you guys find that they're pushing, like one of the arguments we had is like they're pushing like to have this beautiful experience, but think of how much fun you had playing Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers 2 and the graphics were shitty. But now we have like these huge, beautiful cinematic experiences, and to me the gameplay is not as fun. Like my friend, he played God of War for like a weekend and then put it away and he can't get back into it, the new God of War. So any of you gamers out there, I know
You think
guys,
things are too complicated then? Like they too complex, you know? Like you just said, Mario, and you just all you did was jump around,
God of
and
War
hit shit.
button smasher. You literally just hammer on the X button,
Yeah.
walk over here and throw combos. But I don't know. I know you, like we've talked, Paige, you stepped away from video games for a reason. Like
Yeah, bro, I had to, man. You know what the funny thing was? I did it out of it was more like self-reflection. It wasn't anything. I was with somebody and they told me I played games too much. Like I was playing Modern Warfare and I was on that shit like 6-7 hours a day. I was good. I was good, man. I gotta show you some of those videos. Used to rack up like 40 kills a game and shit, and like I was just really good at it. But the girl I was with, we separated because of it, and then we got back together, and the condition was that I wouldn't play as much, and then we broke up again, and it was funny because after that, it wasn't because of her. I just stopped, like period. And but then I tried
PS5 recently. You bought a PS5 recently.
I did, and that's the running joke. I've only turned it on 4 times, but that's how I know that I've kind of like grown from it. I like it, but then I don't know if my time passed, but like I tried to go in there one day and I was like, oh well, I want to play. I used to play 2K, and I used to play Madden all the time, and I was really good at those games. Now the games were more expensive. I had to, and then I learned you had to pay to play online. It was all free when I used to do it. And then also I got on and I played this little ass kid next to me. He was on the demo when we were playing it. He was kicking my ass. And I was really good at Madden. I used to win money at those tournaments. And here's this little 5-year-old kid, audible in his defenses and doing all this shit. And I knew he had experience, but I was sitting there, it was like, this is so complex for me now that maybe I'm just out of the loop. And then when I turn on my PS5, like you guys know, I only turned it on a couple times, and maybe I just do want that. I want that simple, like you said, hack and slash stuff now.
Cory, you got a PS5 around Chris. I remember you we were live and you dropped it there and you had like a 12-pack of Coke or something like that. And you're like,
yeah.
Do you play it much?
I play mostly whenever me and my brother get online. We grew up, of course, playing those multiplayer games at home where, every console had 2 controllers back then, right? And there was no online multiplayer. So we used to sit home and, we play these games together or get together with other friends or siblings and stuff. And that was like big, Tecmo Bowl and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, right. Blowing the cartridge.
It's going to work.
Slobber going everywhere.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah. So, for us, like, it's all about for me and him anyway, it's all about the multiplayer experience. Like, we want to be able to just get on, throw a game where we can go play and have a good time. We were playing that, I think, what were we on? I think it was on the Xbox, but you could download Turtles in Time for free from the EA Games.
Yeah.
Man, we had a blast playing through that old game because it's just fun. You didn't not a lot of thought into it. And it was like a flashback to playing when we were kids, man. And so that was fantastic. So some of the modern games I'm really not into because, like you guys said, they're very complex. They're using all 12 buttons, which I don't necessarily need to use in my game. It's kind of crazy, man. So, I think the younger crowd is a little more adept for that than I am. I think it's the video games that passed me up.
We're getting old.
It is, man. Right. It's this technology ain't for us. I need 2 buttons. Give me A and B. We're good.
Stephen Morrow said that you gave your brother the unplugged controller.
I used to
Yeah,
do that shit with
man.
my
Yeah,
sister.
we had such a good time with Tech Mobile and stuff. You know, you play through a whole tournament or season over the weekend or whatever. It was awesome.
Me and my
Awesome.
friends, we did NBA Jam tournament weekends where we'd like draft team.
Oh,
We'd spend up not the whole night, like just playing. Right, 5:30 a.m. We finally get to the finals, and it's like, God, NBA Jam was great on the Genesis.
I thought it was an accomplishment when I got that King combo down. The one that was like 12 buttons and it pretty much knocked out like 75% of the person's energy. That shit took me at least a good 3 months to master. And all those button combinations now, it's like that's what you got to do to start the car on something. I was like, I just don't, maybe if I was a kid and I had, how like you would sit down in GTA and you would just drive around the city, run over people, beat up, prostitutes. Yeah,
back.
Yeah, find out all these stuff. Maybe if I had more time, I'm wondering if maybe time is part of it. Just not being able to sit down and I bought Spider-Man. And I think I played the first. I think I got through 50% of it, and I just didn't have time. Like you're doing other stuff, like you're doing bills, doing this, talking to you guys, and games are cool. I don't know what happened. I saw one of those things where they have 1,500 games and you could play Mario. Uh-oh. I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost the computer. But I saw somewhere where you could play Mario and a whole bunch of the other games. And I was like, oh, that resonates with me more than the other stuff does.
I watch Sawyer play more than I play now, and it's like crazy. Just sit and watch him. Like I just don't have the desire. But I pre-ordered the Jedi game, so I can watch him play that in a couple days.
That looks good, man.
Yeah.
Still watch him play it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Here.
Show you how it's done. Yeah.
Play this $70 game for me that I bought for.
He's like,
you know what bothers me about some of these modern video games? The expansion pack, or however you would DLCs.
Oh yeah, the pay to play.
You know
stuff,
what I mean?
Yeah.
You pay $70 for a game, and then you got to pay another $135 to play the full game. By the time they give you, 4 DLCs or whatever, that's gotten kind of ridiculous. Got $200 wrapped into one release. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's what I didn't. That paywall stuff. That's what I didn't like about it. Like I said, when they told me, I said, "Oh, Modern Warfare," or whatever number they're on now. I said, "Oh, I got this stuff." They said, "Yeah, you're gonna need this, and you'll need your PSN account." I go, "I got that," and they said, "Yeah, you'll have to pay to play." And I go, "What?" I go, "It was free," and they said, "Well, the benefits are now that you remember how it used to be buggy. It's not like that anymore." And I'm like, "Okay," but then I started seeing these guys that got weapons that you buy ahead of everybody, but you're killing everybody. I'm like, this ain't fair, bro.
Yeah. It's not for a casual gamer to play games like that, for sure.
Yeah, no. I like that. I like getting on it with, you have friends come over and we would just run Madden tournaments and 2K stuff all the time.
Oh God, those were the days.
Yeah, I'm back on here. So yeah, good.
Yeah, exactly. Love the game, Neil.
Yeah.
You
next topic, really quick. Since we talked about our obsessive hoarding, touch on this really quick. Of course, my internet's down. Next topic is spring cleaning. Summer is almost upon us. So we're pretty much out of spring, right? But most of us do our spring cleaning. Probably like our taxes, wait till the last minute to do it, or not even at all. So, with everything that's coming, and everything just getting piled on more and more, do you guys have things that you do to kind of regulate your collection or store your collection so you can hoard more?
Wow, that's a great question. And I really wish I had a better answer. but I do not. It does seem like once a year I'll do kind of a big purge where I'll sell a lot of stuff kind of all at once just to make more room for the more stuff for the year. So that almost seems to happen right around this time of year every year, almost just out of necessity. But my smuggling skills have gotten pretty good. I must say that's improved.
See, he can talk freely. He's in the basement right now.
Yeah, he's got a whole
Cory
tank.
couldn't say anything.
Smart man.
He's like,
I'm a
thunder tank, thunder
smart
tank.
man. You don't live to get to be my age without knowing when to talk.
Mhm.
Had a whole tank in his house, still not busted.
Yeah. Yeah.
You slide under the pool table next.
Mm.
Oh, it's been here. You didn't notice it?
Yeah.
Wait till it gets dusty, then he'll show her.
Yeah, I've had that the whole time. So what are
I'm
some
putting
things that
gift
you
tag
guys
on
do
To me from her.
Is stacking boxes allowed to say?
Yeah, I do that.
That's so bad.
No, it's not, man. I mean, what other ways can you do it? Just like Level the Game said, touch your screen,
Hoarders.
Mezco's conflict. Yeah,
We're gonna come here, find 35 cats underneath a pile of Mezcos.
yeah. I just keep looking. I'm like, yeah, you're getting really good at this organizing stuff, but it's just an excuse to get more shit. I'm like, I was looking at parts of my collection, and I'm going, sell that, sell it. I made the first baby step this week with the Ghost Rider thing. And I was like, there was some circumstances with that, but when you start like collecting stuff and you're like looking around, I'm like, I can only put some of this stuff because two things, I don't care who you are, I don't care, they catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
The money and then the storage. I don't care who
Mhm.
you are, that touches everybody.
Mhm.
So I've been putting that stuff in stuff, but boxes stacked on top of stuff. Yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these too. My wife opened up the hall closet to get the lock. Yeah. I tell Ann don't go in the vault because she has access. But I tell her don't go in there, and she's like, "What?" And every once in a while, she's like, "Yeah, that room looks like shit." And I go, "Yeah, I know the real reason why she's going in there is look for hookers, but
Yeah.
she sees a bunch of toys, and then she knows she can't walk through it. She's like, it's just toys.
Yeah.
Fuck it." Yeah, so
You added her to the retinal scanner? You put her eye for the retinal scanner? To get in the
yeah, she has to do that, and then she has to do the biometric enrollment as well. Like she's done that.
2 thumbs at a time. It's got to be like simultaneous. Turn the key with her foot.
Yeah. Or we have cards. So I have a card, she has a card, and we have to simultaneously put it in there.
Go through the clean room first. You get steam.
Do you guys have an emergency contact person? This sounds weird.
Like at work, I have to. It's
for your collection.
Oh. Well, she knows to reach out to you guys if I die, what she can sell it for.
Exactly. I told Ann one time, she was asking about some figure, because you know how they get when you're like, oh, look at this. This is worth X amount of dollars. And the first thing they say, are you going to sell it? I was like, no. So I told Ann one time, like, it was when I had my accident. And I told her one time, I was like, this is where all the paperwork is, for the house and all this other stuff. And I said, the cars. I was like, if something ever happens to me, and heaven forbid she's got to go in that room. I was like, but if something ever happens to me, these are the 3 people that you got to talk to about liquidating all that stuff, so you can, get fair, and not. I can't pass that collection down to her. She won't care.
Right.
So I was wondering if you guys had emergency contact for your collection.
Cory's wife doesn't even know how much shit he's got. He's got refrigerator box full of stuff. Don't open up the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was this? It was something else. I think it's about it. I had one was your circle, but I don't want to get that deep. If you want, we can talk about it, but
hit us with it.
Do it.
Nah, let's not do that one.
Oh, you don't
We
want
won't
to
do
read
that.
Mezco yet?
No, we kind of touched on some of that before. I don't want to kind of keep some of it light. I don't want it to always feel like oh good, here we go. This
We
Undertaker
ready for our
diatribe.
winners? When do we announce those?
We can do it now.
I put mine in the comment, the private chat.
All
Oh,
right.
did you? You
So,
thought ahead.
we did.
It was just a fresh comment, and I was like, "That's an amazing comment
Yeah.
for the topic."
Let's see here. She probably thinks my figures are not.
Smart.
It's okay, buddy. What's up, everyone? I'm sorry I'm late. Better late than never. Yeah. I know Proham was, I don't want to say he was laying pipe. He was doing work. Hard work.
Uh-oh.
So your comment that you chose as your winner, MC, was wife is like toys, but no sex toys. That was done by Boba. So I'll write that one down. Not the line, but that's right, Boba. Boba wins for an entry.
Sal, my wife's like that too.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you very much to Boba. I got my little green guy today from him. I appreciate you. Still having it? Yeah, we'll just use it as a prop, right? This isn't it. But bam, thank you, Boba. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Oh, it's over there with the pile of boxes of shit that I didn't open.
Hey,
All right.
green
Sorry,
guys.
you got Boba. What do you got, CC? Who do you have for your winning comment?
I didn't think to save the whole comment. MC got me on that one, but I'm going with love of the game.
Love of the game? Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy.
What was the context? You remember? There's been so many good things.
I don't. He's had a few good comments throughout the night, but it was one early on. But love of the game is what I'm going with.
Okay, love of the game. I starred mine, so let me stroll back to this massive amount of comments that we had. Thank you guys very much.
Can't wait to go through all these comments later. So much. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Jeez.
That was really good tonight. And thank you guys all for doing that too. I had mine. There's my starred one. You just go to stars. This was my winner.
Yes.
So, all right. So we got that. Don't do that because I'm in the other thing here. Hold on a second. So, like I said, for our winners tonight, for most valuable comment, don't worry. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Winners.
Oh,
So I can
there were
come
some
in.
late rivals. You should tell them about that so they can.
Yes. So tonight we played 2 games. We'll do the second game, but the first game was Most Valuable Comment Award. We're going to be doing games each episode, and these games are going to give you guys opportunities for entries into these giveaways that we're doing. I'm hoping to have a really good giveaway at the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. I guess it really just depends on how much participation we have. But this next giveaway, that'll be announced a little bit later. There's potential for this Batmobile if we do that, the McFarlane Batmobile. We'll let MC decide if he wants to do that. If not, there's be another prize.
I'm calling it now. Let's do it.
All right. So the next giveaway, we'll come up with a date, maybe give it like a week or 2 so we can get some people in. But the 3 people for tonight, you guys will be put in for the McFarlane Batmobile. You're
And a
gonna be in there.
PlayStation 5, right? Isn't that what he
And
said?
PS5.
I'm not using it. Might as well. Anybody need a house?
Slightly used, right? Slightly used.
Comes with dust.
Yeah. So we got Boba, and then we got, but there's going to be some time in between the giveaways, but don't worry, just keep participating. Like I said, your entries will build up. Tonight, I'm going to create, a little graphic, and that way and I know who has entries and how many. And then one night, when we get a good amount, we'll do Wheel of Destiny, and we'll spin it, and you guys will win it.
Oh, the Dial of Destiny, huh? Good tie-in. Well done.
Oh yeah, she said that.
Well,
The Dial of Destiny.
So for the Batmobile, the winner, all you have to do is pay shipping, and I'll get it out to you that next morning. So
That's a lot of pressure, man.
no, I can swing by the post office and drop it. So Thursday morning it'll be mailed out with tracking, sent to you right away, and
So
wow.
we need some more
yeah,
names. Can't have a
So-
33% chance of winning that hot item.
yeah, we'll up those numbers, up those rookie numbers. So Cory, you had. I'm sorry, you had who again?
Love of the game.
right?
And
Love of the game.
He's a good guy.
Yes.
Making an official
Oh, good guy.
game.
all the friends here.
So while we're funneling through this, floundering or whatever you want to call it, the second game that we had tonight was this week, last week, and so if you guys have any topics that you want to talk about next week, like I said, pretty good about coming up with topics, but I want to make this show more Hangout friendly. Boom.
Even more friendly?
Trying. I try, man. Like have you ever been on some of the?
Wow.
Not,
You're gonna get like
not
puppets or
pointing at
something like
anybody.
that?
Yeah. But you ever been on some of them? You're like, man, this just seems like it's one way.
Get a hand puppet? Like,
Yeah.
how are you with your hand
Future
puppet there, MC?
My hand puppet game is strong on the left side.
That's what I hear. That is what I hear.
Right hand, I don't. It's strange. I don't understand it. It's like totally different puppet. Never met it before.
Time out really quick. What is it? 142. Future Paige. Write these down. These are the entries. Write it down.
Yeah, I got it for you, buddy.
Oh, thank you, sir. And then so we're all winners now. Again, we'll just do this for a couple minutes. If you guys have any topics that you want to talk about on the next show, just kind of list it down here, and we'll do that. While we're doing that, like I said, give some thanks really quick. Thank you. Look in the camera. Be sincere. Thank you guys for showing up for the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments and your support. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you, Bubba, again, for the little greenie. The army is growing. That's all I had. Do we have any suggestions? What about you guys? You guys got anything? Outros? No? CC, no?
Remember to have your pet spayed or neutered. Help control the pet population. I'm gonna get sued for using that. Is Bob Barker still around? Bob, I'm just joking. I'm not trying to steal your sign off. Don't come after me, Bob.
He's not watching.
On air. They sing happy birthday on TV now because they get.
What if Bob Barker was watching? How great would that be?
I think.
Well, evidently,
he's a collector?
Probably. Evidently, Robert Johnny Jr. follows me now, so.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah. What's that? Was it Robert Downey Jr. the original or something like that? Is that what it says? Or originals?
Yeah.
Originals.
Like, this guy works for Taco Bell. Okay. So no suggestions. They just like the format. So we'll just keep it the way it is. And yourself. I don't need any.
Taco Bell didn't even follow the show. That's kind of disappointing.
You know.
If you guys feel pressure to come up with an idea, you can always DM any of us. Slide into them DMs.
Yup.
Oh boy.
Is he still alive though? Is Bob Barker still alive?
I think he passed, honestly. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Bob.
Oh yeah, friendly reminder. Remember, probably in 2 days it'll charge or something like that for Destro. So be prepared.
Holy shit! He just turned 99.
Wow.
I think he's
December
still around.
13th,
I think.
22. Yeah, he's still
Hopefully he doesn't.
around.
Yeah.
I think he's still got Barker's Beauties too.
Well, he's got the upgrades. I remember through time they were swapping them out.
Yeah.
I wonder how that conversation went.
Then you got Drew Carey.
Yeah.
He's got dudes on the show for carries cuties.
Oh, he does?
He's got
Wow. I was like, what? Really? I mean, I guess, hey. I don't think I followed 2 Corys on EJ. Hey, man, good. Thank you, Ro.
Yes, my 11th. There's going to be a giveaway for my 12th follower.
It's not about the numbers.
No, it's not.
Said he hated it. He said he hated it. All right. Well, that's about it, guys. Thank you guys very much again. Appreciate everyone stopping by, everybody hanging out, especially my 2 co-hosts. Appreciate you guys so much. It's always nice to catch up with you guys. And that's it. Anything else? Shows to watch? Anything? Joey.
Ooh.
Joey.
Ooh.
I think it's something.
Any
shows.
I just finished Breaking Bad.
Again?
Not again. I just finished it. Or did I finish it yet? Well, I finished. So I finished Breaking Bad, and I guess there's a movie after Breaking Bad that kind of ties it all up or whatever. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I binged that pretty hard just to see. I mean, everyone talked about it so much, I just had to watch it.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
That?
Was it worth it the first time you watched it?
Man, I've got. You know what? It's a hard show to watch because by the end of that show, like neither one of those guys are good guys. Like there's nobody to root for in that show. It's like it's just they all stuff, and it's
pretty bad about
T-Pain.
Hermanos Poyos is taking over.
Yeah, I think he's out. I think he dropped.
Man,
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
It was the remix.
Yeah, we lost you. You got to go back and watch that, CC. You did a quick T-Pain impression, and then you glitched out. Yeah, it was a good Max Headroom impression.
Still doing it.
Oh no! What did I leave off on? What did I say?
You said
Your Wi-Fi cutting out.
You said and then it went out.
You said it was a hard watch. You didn't know who to root for because it.
Oh yeah. Because they just do such bad stuff throughout the whole show. Like, you almost wanted like a happy ending at the end of the show, but I don't know how you have a happy ending when you got guys that are just so bad by the end of the show. It was just terrible. It's terrible, brutal. Don't watch it if you have kids in the room. Don't watch it if kids in the room.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard he progressively gets kingpinish. That's what I've heard. I haven't watched it. I've only watched 1 episode.
Really?
So.
Yeah.
Well, it's that pressure. Somebody's like, "Oh, did you watch it yet?" And you're like, "Okay, I haven't." And they go, "Oh, best show ever. You change your life," and all this other stuff. And you're like, "Okay," and then you watch it. You're like, "Okay, I just."
Yeah. I didn't think it was that good. I'm glad I watched it, but it's not like the best thing I've ever seen. Like it's not the Mandalorian. It's not the Mandalorian.
The remix.
Yeah.
Ozark.
I'll go a later
You guys ever
direction
watch
then.
Ozark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a good show. I haven't watched any of the recent stuff, but it's a good show.
Ozark.
Ruth is awesome.
Yeah.
Ozarks.
Old school.
Jury Duty on Amazon.
You took my answer. Yeah.
Did I?
It's hilarious, bro. I love that show.
James Marsden is amazing.
Have you seen that, Cece?
No.
Oh man, it's good. If you get a chance, watch. I would say give it at least. You don't even need to give it 2, but 2 gets you really solid foundation. But just watch 1 episode. It's worth it.
With Batgirl?
Yeah.
It's funny, man.
What's the name of it again?
Jury
Duty, you said?
Jury Duty.
It's on what?
Freebie. Freebie?
Or Amazon Prime has it streaming.
Yeah, it connects you, but yeah. It's funny, man. You want the premise? It's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
so the premise is like they have a collection of people that are chosen for jury duty. Only one of them, they're all actors, but one of them is not, and he doesn't know. And they're recording it like it's a reality show.
Okay.
Yeah. And so one of the jurors or actors, I liked how they put the spin on him. The guy that plays Cyclops. What's his
Okay.
name? MC? James Marsden. Was it?
James Marsden.
Yeah, he's in it. And so his shtick is, oh yeah, he got chosen for jury duty, and he's like, oh, some of them are like, oh, they know who he is, and this guy, he had no clue until he said something. But that's the whole premise. Like they're doing this case, and the one guy doesn't know that everybody around him is an actor.
I love, and it's not, it's right at the beginning, like how they're giving excuses to get out of jury duty when the judge is like interviewing people. This shit is funny.
One guy's like, why don't you want to be a juror? And he goes, it's just not for me. He's like, you what? What's your excuse? He goes, or the one guy that you remember, the one guy that says, why can't you do? He goes, I have kids.
Yeah.
You go, you have kids? Yeah, I got kids, and my kids, they mean so much to me, and if I'm not there, they'll go crazy. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah, I got. Because how many kids? He goes, 36. And he's like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm a teacher. It's just dumb shit like that. And then the last one, that one guy, why don't you think you could do jury duty? He goes, because I'm a racist. There's a black chick. She goes like this. She's like, he's like, you're a racist, and he goes, yes. Racist against who? And then the two black people like, yeah, racist against who? And he's just like, I didn't mean to say that. I just I don't want to do this. He's like, sit down. Dude, it's funny, man.
I'm about to check it out.
It's so if you want something lighthearted, it's funny. The poor guy, like, you just
he's so nice. He's so nice.
Just like little things. There's like a lady that keeps falling asleep.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
It's myself.
Yeah. It's like I know you don't get into it, but it's just like The Office.
Yeah.
It's got The Office's format, but the only thing is, like I said, they pluck somebody out, and he's a real person, but he doesn't know. Everybody's an actor. Except for the one actor, the main actor.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but
like 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's so good. Like it's easy watch. Nothing. Yeah. You can miss stuff, and you won't miss anything.
Yeah.
Other than just comedy.
Mezco, once released prior to 112. All right. So yeah, a lot of this is still I've seen a couple of classic Mezco things. So let's throw that in there. We'll talk about classic Mezco stuff. I know we talked about some of it, like what property we'd like to see them come back with and stuff like that. Oh, what is this? This is breaking news. SHF Green Goblin from No Way Home has been announced. Pre-orders will go up April. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Dom. Look at that. $100. You don't even blink anymore with this stuff now, right? Everything is always seems like it's over $100.
Well, not more than a Mezco, but close. Close to the 112.
Yeah. Previous releases. So yeah, let's we'll do a throwback episode. Talk about old releases, things we want to see from the past.
Throwback. Cory and I are gonna dress like Crisscross for that. Then
you should. Yeah.
Green Goblin hurt my heart. I'm not sure I could buy that figure.
Which one, the Bandai one or the Mezco one?
Anyone from No Way Home breaks his heart.
Oh,
far from, what is it? No Way Home. Far from home. Yeah. No Home Left.
Yeah, it's one of those. I don't know how they chose those titles and stuff, man.
Not much home left without Aunt May. That was a tearjerker, right there.
Yeah.
Not Aunt May.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll work on that. We'll work on a throwback episode. We'll try to do that for next. And then, like I said, congratulations to the winners tonight. There'll be other opportunities. Don't feel like you got left out. We'll run this contest for a little while.
You know what else we can do, Paige? We can find hidden comments in the comments section of the Facebook page too.
No, I don't want to make it too complicated. Sometimes it's hard enough to get people to vote on stuff or comment. Period.
Be positive. You never know, your name might get hit.
Yeah, we gotta slowly build this. Where you have people coming in and go, oh, I know what to do.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
It's a good suggestion.
Paige, you look
Yeah.
great today. When-
No, not like that. Like just like stuff like man, I was trying to make like a group like that where it's engaging. Like man, I told one guy, I was like, if you ever want to have some fun, and it's a cheap plug. I was like, but if you go back and you watch like videos, I used to put all that stuff in the videos. Like if you go back and like look at some of the stuff, there's so many Easter eggs in all those videos. Like it was cool because some of that stuff they said, oh yeah, some of it's stuff I figured out, but then some of it was like, yeah, you can pass this information on. You could do it discreetly, or they give you stuff that you can say. And then somebody told me, they were like, no, I never saw it. And so I was thinking, I go, I can't put anything in these videos or do comments and all that other stuff because nobody wants to do that anymore. There's no more work. It's everybody wants stuff handed.
Yeah.
So we got to condition people.
Yeah.
Brainwash them, and then we'll get them into it.
no free lunch.
Got to make them all right. Well, I mean, some of those
Yeah.
prizes are good, man. Like a Batmobile, that's good, man. Got to do a little work for it.
PlayStation 5, that's huge.
Oh, Corey's
That's
5
huge. I don't.
a PS5. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I can't believe that you're giving that away. See,
You still got the 12-pack of Coke too to go with it, Corey?
Coke, not a 12-pack. I got the Coke still.
No, damn. Giving away powder.
the rise of third-party figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good little
Yeah.
a quick ending comment to
Oh.
talk about.
Hmm.
Do you guys really think that the third-party figures are on the rise?
As far as there's more of them, or they're getting better, which one do you think?
So this is kind of like layered. I've seen a lot of people mention this. I'm not saying that he's wrong. I've just seen a lot of people mention it. That third-party figures are. I saw an extreme one. Somebody said that the third-party figure is going to put Mezco out of business. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like.
Well,
That's like
I think what people have to remember is that these third-party guys have the luxury of not paying for licensing, so it's really an unfair comparison because third-party figures used to be very inexpensive, and you were kind of getting what you paid for. But it seems like what they've done now is they're taking the money that they're saving, not having to pay for a license, and they are making nicer figures. But imagine what Mezco could do if they didn't have to pay for licensing. But they wouldn't be in business for very long if they, they'd have to move, overseas or whatever. So they can get away with things the other guys are doing. It's not really a fair comparison. Like we know what the licensing costs are. Look what happened to those Hasbro, the ones that you bought, the starting lineup. But those figures first released were what, $60 for that first offering. And
they're like $30 now.
$29.99. Yeah. They
Yeah.
were $60 at first. They cut the price in half.
They would definitely be peg warmers at Target and Walmart, sitting next to Orlando.
At $60.
I'm wondering if that's the reason why they
$60
didn't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Poor G.I. Joe movie, Snake Eyes.
Third party, what do you think, MC? What do you think? Third party.
I mean, I've bought a few. I don't think they're gonna compete with Mezco. I mean, like I have the Mr. Knight. I thought was a decent release. I mean, it's not like the Fury toys are pretty cool, but I mean, I don't think I don't know. Somebody said that they can fill some holes in some lines. I agree with that to a certain extent. Like Mr. Knight, like I would love it if Mezco made one, but I think there's other things that they could make that would make a lot more people happy as well, So I don't spend a ton on them, but I'll look at 5K or what is it, VC Toy Box, a couple of the other places.
Yeah.
And I don't. If I see something that I really like, I'll usually I'll get it, but I don't go crazy over it.
To me, it seems like it's the new hot girl in high school, the new girl. Everybody sees it, and then as soon as like they see her coming in, they're like, "Oh, who's that? Who's that?"
Yeah.
Because not only there's not like one or two third party companies. They're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you can fill in the holes with some of the third party stuff, but you won't have like consistency with them. And then the licensing issue, that's a huge thing too. You might be able to put out a Mr. Knight, but then once that starts like getting around, you don't think like the bigger companies are going to look at it and say, "Yo, man, what the hell are you doing? You're taking out stuff like that one figure." I think it's cool, but that one figure that was supposed to be like the White Skull agent, but it was a total,
Yeah.
it was a total copy of
Yeah.
White Skull. They did the Death Adder and the White Skull mixed together, and they gave him a mask and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like eventually, some people are gonna be like, "Yo, man, what are you doing? I know you're in another country, but you're holding our market. I don't know
Yeah.
what international laws with cease and desist." And then
there's some
those
figures
companies
coming out. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
some of those companies, they've changed their name a couple times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not consistent.
Yeah.
I think they're good figures you can like plug your holes in, but to say that they're gonna like totally take over, they're gonna take away the he caught up. He caught up with them. But like to say that they're gonna like totally
No.
shut down a company.
Yeah.
That man, dude, like I don't know
It's
why
like a
people say
tribute
that
band.
anyway.
Like a tribute band. Hey, I'm gonna go watch the
Yeah, they're good, but I mean,
the original. It's not nowhere near.
I'm always interested in how many figures that they put out. Like maybe people in the chat know that, like Flix and then VC Toys, all like how many figures have they put out in a year, like total, or Limb Toys and stuff like that. I know that Limb. I have that Leon. It's good. I'm not downplaying them. I just don't think that it's a giant killer.
Watch
I
that
don't
wrist
think
peg.
that.
Watch that wrist peg on that Leon, right, Cory?
Yeah, like those.
Oh
have,
my God, man. I
Yeah.
panicked. I thought I broke that toy. I bought that second or aftermarket too. I got a decent price on it, but
Yeah.
I bought that aftermarket, but was kind of patient. And I really thought I broke that toy, which would have been one of the first ones I broke. But luckily that
Yeah.
joint did pop back in pretty easily. But I was upset. That ruined my whole
Yeah, but-
night until I figured out how to fix it.
Yeah, but does anybody know, like in the chat, like just even one of the popular ones?
I would dare to say, Paige, that they probably release a figure a quarter for those other toys from what I've seen, like Limb Toys and stuff like that. You're probably talking 4 to 5 a year. It's not like 30 to 40 releases like what you're looking at with Mezco.
Look at
Yeah, and then
TK Toys or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
The Batman. Or the what did they call it? The Batman that you ordered?
oh yeah,
Vengeance.
Vengeance, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Hunter, the Mandalorian version. That took forever.
It's not easy, man, to do that stuff.
No, not at all.
And they weren't
Yeah.
working with a license, and
Yeah.
how long
Yeah.
it takes. Like, I think third party companies are cool for some of the characters that Mezco can't or they haven't put out yet. But to sit there and say that they're gonna kill Mezco
Yeah.
off and they're gonna lose all their business. Newsflash, man. They've been doing figures for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Even if they lost the 112 line, they'd still survive. That's why they have the other lines, man.
Yeah.
Like 5-point statues, the Living Dead dolls. Dude, I'm telling you, they survived doing that, and those other little plastic figures. They didn't have the 112 line, so you're not gonna like kill Mezco off with a third party company. I just thought it was funny. Somebody said that. Oh, Mezco's done. I'm like, all right, man. That's like somebody saying that new Toy Biz line is going to kill Marvel Legends. Did you see that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You're going against like any company. You're going against a company that's established, that has the customer base, that has the resources, the marketing to be able to push over. It's like WWE and AEW or New Japan Wrestling. Yeah, they're solid companies, but it doesn't mean that the WWE is going to fold.
There's a listing now on 5K Toy, or not 5K, VC Toy Box. I think I shared it with you guys. Is a figure from a popular movie. And I noticed that the promo pic on the website, the face is blurred. And it's like a separate listing. If you purchase a figure, like you buy the body or you buy the body with it. I think they're just calling it a bonus head. because
Yeah.
they can't show the likeness to the actor.
Yeah.
But the dangerous thing there is you have no idea what that product's going to look like. It's literally just a blurred head, with it. You get kind of the idea who it's supposed to be, but you don't know what it's going to look like.
Be careful. Somebody will say that about Mezco.
Right.
That's not what I got.
Right. Could you imagine, though, if they tried to sell a toy like that, and Mezco tried to, with just a blurred sculpt, just said, hey,
They did
mystery sculpt?
They did it. They did it with well, they kind of did it with Shadow, and they also did it with Punk Joker. He had a blacked out head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. Like, as far as like, having a figure and just not being established and saying, hey, this is what you're gonna get. We just can't show you.
Yeah.
Like Mezco is a little bit different, or any of established companies, it's a little bit different because you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. They have a track record. But like you're saying, yeah, just give me the money and you'll get it a little bit later. Do you trust me? It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not down on them too. I mean, like I said, I did like the Inkblot. I've seen some of those figures, and you guys have shown me that Vengeance figure that you showed me. That was cool. I'm not saying that they're not good companies. I just don't think that they're giant killers like people are saying they are.
They just don't have the volume to pump. I won't say the volume, but the capacity to pump out like Mezco does. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of cash too.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't even need to read the whole thing. Yes, I would. A blind box. They used to do those. They used to. I remember guys were getting a bunch of figures off of that stuff. Like, you did a blind box. It was a mystery box, and they would put 112 figures in there, Living Dead doll figures. I remember a guy got like a classic Punisher in there, a Dark Knight Returns figure. I was like, where the hell was this crap at? But it was a mystery box. I wish they would bring back, huh?
By Mezco? Mezco did that?
Mm-hmm. It was a blind box.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, keep talking. But yeah, they had that, and they used to have this thing. It was called Club Mez. And so some of those like odds and end little swag trinkets that you see, you know how like somebody had that chrome Gomez roach?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that before? Those used to come in those little Mez clubs. We paid $30-$40, and you would get this box, and it just had some random stuff in it. But the mystery box, that was really cool because you never knew what you were getting. And some of those boxes, they had some really, really good figures. I think that they should do that back. They should bring that back. Would you guys pay for that?
Yeah. I would.
You know me, I have
think
a hard time saying no to much of anything.
Yeah. Like, Cory, get in on this. Okay. But I mean, if it's something I don't want, then I could probably trade it or, get my money back for somebody that is looking for that figure,
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a chance to win a white assassin in there?
Oh.
I'm telling you, man. I saw somebody get a black and white. I saw somebody get a black and white one, a black and white Dark Knight off of it. There you go. See that?
All treats, no tricks. Some of the items in the box.
How long ago was
okay,
this?
so this one, oh God, I can't remember. This is when I first started getting in. So around 2015, 16-ish.
Wow.
130 worth of ghoulish goodies.
Yeah, that was just one of the boxes.
Wow.
They had a bunch of other ones too. Like, see, oh, here we go. Look at it, golden box. Look, see, a 112 collective figure, a Living Dead doll, stylized. Each box $60.
3 of the following.
Yeah,
wow.
man. 12 randomly selected customers will receive extra large mystery boxes containing $300 worth of assorted Mezco fun. Only 400 mystery boxes are available So shake off that turkey coma and order before the supplies disappear like your grandma's pumpkin pie.
Wow.
He can read.
Bring him back.
I would, yeah, bro. I would be down for this, man. If they redid it, like, they're like, see, 112. So yeah, mystery boxes.
Extra large box of gold. $500 worth of
I know
merchandise.
some Mythic Legions retailers that do the mystery boxes.
Well, we
I
were
bought a
talking
couple of
about
those.
after. How much was it? Here it is. Look, look, look. I'm getting excited. In celebration of Batman Day. There's your date. 9/26. Mezco will be offering a 1/12-day Batman themed mystery box. Oh, yeah, I think this is the one that I saw.
8 years ago.
Wow.
So how much was the Mythic Legions box?
I think it was 45 or 50, something like that.
Oh, wait. Go up, Paige. Scroll back up a touch. A little bit more. A little more. They showed one where it had like a bunch of figures, but right there,
right there. Right there.
They did Thundercats?
Yeah. They've had a bunch of licenses, man. Like,
I didn't know that.
I wish they would bring back Gangsters Inc.
I didn't know they did Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to dive into this retro Mezco night then. This is going to be fun.
Oh,
Just doing the homework.
Oh, man, dude. I got notes upon notes for it if you need it. It's like,
wow.
What is that? Is that the same one we saw?
Yeah, that's the Halloween one.
You get the gist of it. Like,
look at that one in the upper right that you just passed too. If you scroll up just a touch, there's like a bunch of shit.
So they used to do. I know they've done some Sons of Anarchy, but then
they had that property too. Wow.
Mm-hmm. They had Breaking Bad. I'm trying to think. Ultraman, Gangsters Inc. They had the.
Oh, they were 12-inch figures. Thanks, Mario.
Yeah, Mario probably knows a lot about this stuff, man. He's been in it for a while. He knows this stuff. Well, yeah. So you get the gist of it. They've had him. So going back to what we were talking about before, then really quick, can you imagine if they did this? Do you think that? Oh God.
Cory would get an Annabelle.
And that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Look at Sam. Sam's so cute.
For sale.
Again.
For sale.
Whose is this room? Holy crap. Do we know this person? Probably not. Oh, is that one? No, we saw that one. There
What's
you go. Living Dead Doll, Roto Plush. This is 2016. Well, yeah. So mystery box. But now that we know that, like, can you imagine? I would hope it wouldn't be ruined. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody has it, and then all of a sudden, it's one of those. It's one of those things where like it's only in these mystery boxes, and then that just boosts up the aftermarket, like we talked about earlier. How some of those things.
The Jawas would be excited.
Well, you know how some of this stuff they've kind of like implemented things to make collecting the whole line a little bit easier for people. I'm wondering if this would be something that, you know, pun intended, would be Pandora's box, and it opens it up. Ugh. I'd be down on it. What is this also different? What is the Ultimate King is different than the promo shots? Yeah, most of that stuff is, man. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the question that we did. So great question, Steve.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Club Mez. I have one of those boxes. It's pretty cool. It's got just some trinkets in it and stuff like that. What does it say? No third party will never topple Mez over like the variation. Yep, totally agree, man. That's what I was saying. I'm not dogging any third parties. Like I said, that They fill in some great holes and characters that we may not get from them, but I just don't think that they're, company killers. Plus, they got to run through a lot of other stuff. They're probably limited to the amount they can put out, right? Like you said, CC, like 4 or 5, probably.
Would that,
Yeah.
like some countries have like those loot, like loot crate laws and stuff like that. I know it has to do with video games. Like, are some countries excluded from that? Because it kind of is, like, I don't want to say gambling, but like you're taking a risk, you're giving them money for undetermined merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's
Good question.
any Canadians in here that had trouble getting that. Mezco prize box. Europeans. I don't remember what other countries I have issues with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, you probably couldn't ship that international, huh? Because
No,
you couldn't
they
get that
did
through
because they-
customs, I imagine.
Yeah, they put them here.
Because you wouldn't have to disclose the contents.
Yeah,
The value.
yeah.
Look
I
at
mean,
this.
there's probably a bunch of stuff. What is this? The Warrior stylized figures? Yeah. But the good thing is, like, it'd be cool if they brought some of that stuff back. Like those properties that they had, the older properties. But we can
Yeah.
talk about that on the retro episode. That's good talking point. Yeah, let's throw Steve in there. Good suggestion, MC. Let's throw Steve in there.
Thank you for the great question, Stephen.
Yeah. Is it Steve Morrow? Is it
Stephen Morrow, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So, Future Page.
I'll send you a message with it.
Future Page. Write it down. Put it on there. All right. Cool.
Stephen, you're
All right,
entered.
guys. You are. So we
For
got
the
our winners.
Batmobile.
And we'll throw the retro segment in there. Thanks, everybody. I was looking for another one. I couldn't find it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, especially as we hung out for the after party. And we had this nice little conversation. Man, that was a good topic, bro. See?
Yeah.
Good find. Yeah.
Cory's going to be sending out his own mystery boxes for $500. You get a random selection of toys from his collection.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, we could talk about that. Future Page, write this down. They did a lot of hip hop stuff too. They did Big, they did Pac. They had a couple of other ones too, but those Biggie figures, I think it'd be cool if they did those. If they reissue those. But anyway,
Look how much that Biggie goes for. Like, some of those Biggies are crazy.
a lot, man.
Yeah.
God, man, I wouldn't even touch those. I still want them to try to get the hoods in there, the rest of the hoods. But we shall see. All right.
Yeah.
Retro night. We'll do that.
Getting back. Who's getting that high top fade?
I gotta grow it
Little
first.
kid and
Yeah,
play going on.
buddy.
I gotta grow it back first. On DMC, that's another one. Look at that. It would be interesting to see if they did that Mez box set Mez mentioned with the Hangout page.
Public Enemy, yes. Pro-Ham got his wife one of those Biggies not too long ago.
He's a baller.
I know. And Mario, he's sitting on a pile of them, he says.
Yeah, Mario's got a lot of good throwback stuff. I remember I used to talk to him about that kind of stuff.
Mario's got $1 million sitting in his closet right now.
No, he's got some good. He's got some good stuff. He used to post a lot of the pictures too.
Roger Dodger.
Yeah.
Share them pics, Roger Dodger.
Roger Dodger, do you have the I have the hoods. The only one I don't have is the Sprite one. Do you have that Sprite one? It's I think it's like Letterman. He goes for like $1,000. I was like, Jesus.
What? Was it like an exclusive or?
Yeah, it's a Sprite. It's some kind of Sprite exclusive. We'll show that on the thing.
Baller just irresponsible.
What did he say?
Yeah, Pro-Ham said he's not a baller. He's just irresponsible.
There's a thing going around like that, isn't it? The video, it's funny. He's like, look at this, look at this.
He says he has the Goon figures also. Roger Dodger's a
Oh, you
baller
lucky
too.
dog, man. I love those goons.
Roger
What
Dodger's
about
your
the
picks.
yeah, please. What about the Gangster Inc. one? What is it? It's the Mezco. Do you have the Gangster Inc. one? Mezco. Hoods. What's it called again? Sprite. I know it's Sprite. I have like a list of those. Like, yep, there you. Oh, man, I don't know if I'd go that far with it, but it's lower than I've seen it before.
Mario, I'm with you, bro.
Does he have it? No way. Do you have that figure?
I don't have the Sprite one, Roger said.
It's kind of like a
Holy Grail. It's like Blank from the original Dick Tracy line.
Oh, is it? Oh man, I didn't think about that. That's a hard one to get to, right?
The Blank. Yeah. Remember we saw it at the that Comic-Con when I was at MegaCon with you?
How much did they want for it? I can't remember.
There was 4 numbers in that price tag, not
Forget that.
before the decimal point.
Here you go. This guy, Miles Thirst.
$475. Cory,
What's
write
up?
him a check.
I'm on it.
Charge it.
Don't cash it. It's going to be post dated or
It's just as good as
Preview.
money. That's an IOU. You might want to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
It's for the car.
Yeah. We got some good stuff in there. Silent Screamers, that was a really good line too. Anyway. All right, we'll save this for the retro. Good topic.
I can't wait for retro night.
Yeah,
Dude, you should come over and we'll go to Gen X Tavern to get us prepared for it. Paige.
how far is that? What's the time frame of that?
It's 76 miles for you.
Mm.
Ish. I'm just going from your city to my city. People are pulling out maps right now trying to find where the vault is.
Yeah, dude, I had a dude knock on the door today and was like, "How you doing, Mr. Page?" I'm like, "Oh, how do you know me?"
Are you interested in
He's
buying
like-
some Amway?
No, he was trying to ask about solar or something like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Those
But
guys.
the way he was talking, the way he was talking at first, I was like, do you know me? Or, I know you. He's telling me like my last dental exam numbers. I was like, what are you doing? Anyway. All right, we'll leave off on this one. Not a baller. Just irresponsible. Great limited comic.
Words to live by.
Yeah. Join us next episode for the retro edition. It's gonna
Right.
be fun.
Right.
Wearing MC Hammer pants.